to Sinverdate and welcome back to FortiKast, sharing good vibes and bringing the Maryland community together every Friday 5 p.m. In this episode, we ask, what is friendship? Please welcome your hosts Miggy de la Cruz, Antonio Encarnacion, and Sir Linus Calderon. Or, or um,
Hey, there we
all
are.
right.
Up?
What's up, 40 viewers? Season 4,
Ooh,
guys. Season 4.
how
So,
are you guys?
it's
It's
been a
been a
while, right? Like,
while.
been
Yes.
a couple of months since we last saw each other, and gotta say, it
Mm-hmm.
feels good to be back. We missed you all, and if you missed us, guys, comment something down, anything. I love seeing the comment section. I missed that also. So, also, if you want, comment down your best friend's name or your best friend's names if you have more than one. Who knows? All right. Anyway, in this part of the show, I usually say highlight of the weeks, but it's been way more than a week. So, highlights of the break, the months, the past week. Highlights, guys, highlights. Give me highlights. Let's start with something. Anton?
All right. So I guess I can start. Well, highlights of the months. There are a lot. Well, first, um, of course, coming back on this lovely show. I kind of missed being here because every Friday, like especially during the health break that we just had, every Friday I was like, oh, wait, there's supposed to be FortiKast. Oh, wait, there's no school. Why would there be FortiKast? I just missed being in here so much that yeah. Uh, and also, I guess another highlight of the break was Christmas time. As we all know, Christmas time these days in the pandemic, it's very different. But I'm glad to say I was able to celebrate it with the people I cared about. It was a small celebration, but that didn't mean it was, uh, you know, a lesser celebration. We still had so much fun, and when you're just with family, you can do anything. You can sing karaoke even if you're like
Hmm?
not professional singers and not worry about embarrassing yourselves. You can open the gifts whenever you guys want. But of course, me and my family, we like to do it together because the hype. But yeah, to all the families who experienced like Christmas, New Year, Chinese New Year, all these holidays online, it's very different. But uh, I think I found a different kind of joy in these different celebrations that I didn't really see before. So yeah, that was the highlight. Wow, going deep already.
Wait, I didn't focus.
All right. How about you, sir? What
Yes.
were the
So nice
highlights?
hearing that you've enjoyed your Christmas vacation and your extended Christmas vacation. No? We had 2 weeks of academic break, and I hope everyone has already recovered. So this is the highlight of my week because I'm glad that we are finally back on air and our viewers are finally seeing us again. So welcome back and welcome back to us, Portica. So I hope uh, we give you another episode where we share the truth and good vibes in our community. So welcome everyone.
Yeah, obviously, being back here is a highlight, so you could see me do this again and again, like always. Also, so highlights of the break, there are a lot. Like, definitely a highlight, like a standout highlight, would be sometime during the break when my best friend came to visit here for a while, for like half the day or so. And you will be seeing him soon, really soon, in the Focus. And then later that same day, one of our two dogs, two female dogs, finally gave birth. And then a few days after that, the other one also gave birth. So now we weren't ready, but now there's eight little trash pandas running around in our yard.
So 8 new De La Cruz family members.
I guess. So yeah, that's one. Another one is I guess obviously Christmas, and I guess my family is one of the lucky ones considering um our extended some of our extended family lives very nearby, so we're practically neighbors. So we were able to spend Christmas and New Year there. As Anton said, screaming into the microphone in karaoke, and then somebody decided to post that on Facebook. So whoops, don't look it up. And yeah, so I was able to open my ninang's gift in her house, and yeah, I was able to get um drawing tablet. I'm just gonna show it a bit. Okay, there. And I was there. New hobby born. We love it. And oh yeah, obviously the biggest highlight of all in this long span of time was just last week, Sunday. Local context is that during that entire week I was very nervous because I'm like, sometime now they said that the scholarship results of my dream university is gonna be released sometime, and I was like, it's not yet here. Every day I'm like, nope, not yet here. And then Sunday, the last possible day, right before we're going to mass, I open my email for a while, check it out for a while, and then there it is, 100% scholarship. Finally,
Wow,
praise the Lord, go Dragons.
congrats.
Yes,
What a
that
dream
was.
come true.
Yes.
Congratulations,
And
everyone
then
in the
finally I could read.
comments. Congratulate
Finally I
me.
could read.
What a big
And
achievement. I'm proud. Woo!
I guess that's it. Also, I got a haircut. I miss my hair. That's it. So,
Wow.
um, looks like there's not much comments here aside from our one of our regular viewers, Quirky Epsilon.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Working.
Okay, so guys, if you wanna comment something down. Let's do this. And since there's no comments to read for now, maybe you could comment down on the in focus while we talk to our buddies. Okay, so you're gonna meet them soon because it's time to move in focus. Ah, the music.
I
Okay,
really missed vibing to that intro.
all the transitions, like man. So let's introduce our guest. I'll start first. This guy again. He's my best friend, which is weird because we're complete opposites. So give it up for Boom. There we go.
Woo!
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for coming on to the show.
This
Yeah.
is I've never done anything like this before, and this is like the very
This
first
is gonna be
time.
one of my favorite episodes.
New
Ooh.
experience,
Of
and,
course.
and I'm like excited slash nervous right now, and I could literally
Definitely.
pass out any second.
Don't,
No,
Maybe after we
no,
finish.
no.
it's just like last we're talking. we're talking.
Yeah.
And Adam, not to freak out or anything, but I think you've got a couple of fans in the comments.
Oh, I was,
All right. How about you, Anton? Maybe your guest also has fans.
All right. So our next guest is a person I have known since I was literally a child. He's been with me from then until now. Please let's give it up for Mr. Angelo Bonk. Woo!
Hi
Hey,
guys,
hi.
how are you all doing?
Thank
Nice to
you,
see you
Good.
all
Good.
again
Adam
after such a
and
long time.
Angelo, for joining us today in this episode. I can already tell it's gonna be a spicy episode today.
I see how. Okay, that made me nervous.
Well, you never know. But
Yeah, we'll
if
find
you're
out
with
later in the
friends,
2 cents, I suppose, you know.
everything is
Oh,
spicy.
okay. So
All
again, as
right.
usual, guys, Adam, Angelo, highlights, or maybe you want to introduce yourselves if you're new here. You know, start with you, Angelo.
Oh, highlight of my week. this is the highlight of my week. Very busy week. I'm just glad that it's over. I'm thankful for a very productive week. More thankful for the weekend. And yeah, really great to be here.
How
How about
about the
you,
break?
Adam?
Okay,
Oh,
so so just short introduction again. I'm Adam, and my nickname is Boom, but there's not really much history in that, so don't wonder why. and, and so yeah, so going to my highlights of the week. Like what Angela said, yes, this will be also my highlight of the week. So yes, so first time new experience and excited to be here. Thank you.
All right, but how about like highlights of the break? It's been a couple of months, you know. That's what I meant to ask.
Rest of the break. Well, yeah, December, of course. Like I said to my fellow grade 12, to you guys, that my dad arrived here because he worked in Beijing, and I haven't seen him for like 2 years already. And luckily, the first day, the first of December, he arrived, and we were also happy. We were able to spend a lot of time together during the break. And yeah, during the break, we had a lot of parties, Christmas party, New Year party, and like what Mitty said, yeah, I went to his house shortly after the 25th. I think it was like the 28th of December.
Yeah, it was 28, 28.
Yes, yeah, and I was there for like for a few hours. I think like half a day, and we didn't really do much. We just watched the movie, ate, and yeah,
Yeah. Also, we tried to get you on the skateboard. You stood there for a while though,
I didn't move.
because you didn't move.
There, I could have died.
How about you, Angelo? Highlights of the break, since it's been a while.
Yeah, highlights of the break. Well, of course, I really enjoyed Christmas, my New Year's. I didn't think it would be as fun. Like you'd think pandemic wouldn't be as fun for Christmas and New Year's, but it's actually, a lot more intimate. I really
Mm.
enjoyed being in the comfort of my home. Not having to go to relatives' houses and participating, socializing. I enjoyed it a lot. That's the highlight of my break.
All right. So I guess as Anton said, it's time to make the conversation. What was the word used? Spicy. Let's do this. So, start the conversation. Angelo, Adam, can you tell us more about your story with your best friend? You know, the who's right here in the same stream with you. Like, how'd you meet? How would you become close?
Hmm.
All that
I think Alan
spicy
likes
stuff.
it
Are those
first.
spicy? I have no idea.
Oh, I'll go first. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Well, like Anton said earlier, he knew me since he was very young. We met when we were 4 years old. We went to kindergarten together. He was actually afternoon class. I was morning class. But we met during the Christmas parties, and you know how kids are. They always talk to each other anyway, even if they don't know each other. So we got to know each other. But then after kindergarten, I went to Ateneo, and Anton went to Northfield, and I only moved to Northfield in fourth grade. And since then, we have been very close. Yeah.
I remember the first day I saw you on campus. At first, I wasn't sure. I was like, first day, of course, grade four. I was like,
Mm.
"Hey, what's up?" To the other classmates. I
Yeah, I do
remember
remember that. I,
saying,
I was not gonna lie,
uh,
I forgot some stuff.
I remember going to the door. I think I was gonna go outside. I don't know, to walk around a bit, and then I saw two people, two parents, and I was like, "Hold on a second. These parents look familiar," but I think I couldn't exactly. I could pin who they were
Mhm.
because like the last time I saw you was like I was 5 years old maybe, and then you ran up to them and said, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is
Yeah, because I
that
didn't want to go
Angela?"
inside.
And
I
then
didn't
you
want
were
to go
like,
inside the classroom.
"Oh my gosh, is that Anton?" Yeah, we talked outside the classroom. I remember that, I think you were wearing a striped shirt that day.
Yep. Yep.
His that was his favorite shirt for a lot of years. I remember that.
I
But
did
I
remember that.
was I was super happy to see him, and I'm pretty sure all the other Rosefield kids were
Hmm.
like Sam, Franco, Rayleigh, James. It was like a family reunion of some sorts. So
Nice.
it was really special on that day.
Mm, really
So
miss
yeah,
those guys.
that's how we got to know each other.
That's us.
Yep. And before I ask Adam to talk about his best friend, who's that guy? Just wanna, if the guys that Anton mentioned and everyone else who was ever in our class, you guys are watching. Shout out to you guys. Really miss you guys. And seeing the
Definitely.
guest lineup for today makes me realize this is like grade 12 themed episode, and it just hit me. Oh, we're
Ah,
it's our
by the
last
way, there are
season for
only
FortiKast.
3 months left
Oh,
as like Northfield students for us. It's like the past few days I've been like, oh my gosh, we are old. Because I used to look at the seniors and I was like, whoa, these guys seem like they know what to do. They seem like adults ready to face the big,
yeah.
the world. And now that I'm
Once
in that place, I'm like, this is how it felt like. It sure
once I
didn't
get to
look
college,
like that.
once I get to college, I'll
So
probably see everyone else and be like, I still think you guys are older than. Anyway,
exactly.
anyway, Adam, what about you?
Hey, so here we go. So it all started all the way back in 2017, where I was new in Northfield. It was I was only grade 8 when I transferred. So first day, I didn't know anyone. I was really scared. I was really nervous. I didn't know who to talk to, and I wasn't really um, very social, active. So I just spent the whole time just being alone a lot. And yeah, throughout that first day, skip to the end, like dismissal, I was waiting for my driver to pick me up. And then one guy, he came up to me, and in my head, I was thinking, wait, is he really talking to me? Like, what should I do? Should I run away? Should I pretend to sleep or something? Or I don't know. So, because I didn't even know him, I didn't even know he was my classmate. Also, I guess I wasn't listening much to the introductions, and yeah, lo and behold, that person is maybe yeah, and
Yeah, if you ran away, that might actually be the start to a great friendship because I know my sister ran away from someone who tried to introduce herself when she was new. Now they're very close. But yeah, when Adam came here and even till now, he was a very shy kid, and as I said, very opposite of me. Since first day of school, I always like to go to the new students and like, hi, what's your name? I like to talk to all of them, and yeah, so I'm a very social person, and he's, I guess, getting more social. But again, complete opposites. So, but something we had in common was that usually during lunch or dismissal, we'd sit in our own tables, like alone. And so when I guess during that dismissal, when I saw that he was also on his own, I was like, well, I got nothing to do. I mean, I don't want him to be on his own, so I just sat there and I didn't realize just how big a mark it left on both of us. Pretty soon we were going wherever the other goes. We were always together. Um, and it's strange because during lunch breaks when we were eating together, we're mostly quiet. We don't talk,
we
but
don't
it's
talk
not
much.
awkward. It's not uncomfortable. We're just there, and it feels good and stuff. I remember a teacher, I think it was Sir Watt, who said that the test of true friendship is if you could stay in sit with each other for a long time and not say a word, and yet you're not uncomfortable. So I guess that's every day for us during face-to-face school. Although it wasn't completely quiet, because main source of conversation would be if Pavi decides to join in, and all of a sudden we would not have any quiet.
And
And
that's
I guess
also.
yes, that's our story. So, sir, you heard our friendship stories. So, maybe you could enlighten us. What do you think is friendship? What does friendship mean? How would you define it?
Well, for me, no, I believe in what Aristotle said, no, that friendship is a single soul dwelling in two bodies. No, you really know each other. Sometimes you have different interests. Opposites do attract, diba? And but you still support each other, and but you don't, for me, a real friend doesn't condone the mistake of the other. No, a friend sees your broken fences, but he sees beyond the fences. He sees the flower growing beyond that fences, right? Those beautiful flowers, but at the same time he tries to fix that fences with you. No, so I think that's the definition of a friend for
Wow.
me.
That?
So
I
yeah.
Oh,
say
all right.
I
Um,
agree.
and then I
I
think
think it's
okay.
when friendship isn't just like, as Sir said, two people with like the same interests, two people who vibe with each other. I think it's when two people can trust each other to not just like be there when you need them, because that's, I don't think that's always a friend. That might be a slave or a yaya already, but someone who they can trust with themselves, someone who will push them to be a better person,
Mm.
and of course someone whose presence already itself comforts you know them. And uh so I really like what you said about he sees beyond the broken fences, but then he's also fixing the fences with you. I like that too.
Yeah, for me, well, friendship, like I've heard that what is life made of is relationships, and since like majority of the world isn't actually related to you, then I'm gonna say that by default that means life is made out of friendships. And what is friendship? I really think that friendship means a soul that you're bringing along with you, trying to bring along with you to heaven. Because I've heard that friendship means two people who, even if they're different, are striving for the same goal. And if the ultimate goal is heaven, then that's that's what friendship is for me. So you've heard our definitions, and then we've heard your friendship stories. How would you say that this is fitting, Angelo?
I'm sorry, is this the same question? Like, what is friendship for me?
I guess, sure. Also,
Okay.
like in the context also of yours.
Oh, I see. Um, well, I don't want to be that guy who gives the really cliche answer, but
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
do it anyway because it still makes sense.
Yeah.
It's well, Sir said it a lot better than I did, but it's wanting, the best for, your friend. But even though this is something that's mentioned so frequently, there are so many people who don't realize that there are so many things going on or things that they do that are actually harming, their friendships. How many times do people talk behind their friends' back? How many times are they embarrassed to be with one friend when they're with another? Or, how many times have people actually given meaningful advice to a friend who's in need? These things, I think that even if it's very cliche advice, it's still something that needs to be stated again and again, especially now that we're online. It's so easy to put on a face. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Adam, are you there?
Yes, yes, I am. Okay, so I agree with what all of you have said about friendship, and my meaning of friendship, it's just simple, like just simple. So friendship to me is just the bond between two or more people, in that you can share your secrets to them, you can express a lot of emotions, and yeah, you can also rant to them with any of your problems. Just tell them, and they will listen to you. They'll be there for you, and yeah, and I think it's impossible for someone to not have a friend or best friend, because anyone can be our friend, even our family, our our relatives. Like for example, I'm like best friends with my also with my sister, and we are very close. I'm best friends with my cousins and even my yaya, my parents. So yeah, it's really impossible for someone to not have a friend. So because a friend doesn't have to be a non-relative; it can be, like I said, family. And that's my take.
Yes. Uh, Okay, so Anton, why don't you continue the conversation and
Sure.
um
All
although
right.
a lot of the comments
So,
are actually meant for Adam here.
woo.
Hashtag proud cousin. Like I am. Although here for Angelo from Sir Fernandez, remember when you were very
So don't worry, he's still very playful. You just don't see it because it's online.
oh okay and uh yeah, so Sir Linus, we're still young, right? And so we're holding on to these friendships and trying to be there for each other. But I think one fear is how long can we make it last? So how can we make it friendship last?
Well, for me, no, as you get older, you'll realize that you are friends with many people just because you see them every day at school, okay, or you play with them every day. And it is normal that along the way you lose many of them, okay? And you'll discover new friends because friendship is not about the length of the relationship, no. It's about it's friendship is friendship can be an investment. You invest time, you devote time, you devote attention, emotional investment even. And you'll find that some people are not worth investing with, no, because let's be honest, no, there are people who would waste, no, who would waste the care and um, concern that we give to them. But it's all right, no. Along the way, you'll lose a lot of friends and you'll discover new. But in order to make friendship last, I think it's a two-way. It's a two-way relationship. No? Now you have to understand that people get busy. No, unlike when you were kids or when you were young, that you had time to talk to each other daily. But when you get older, you'll be busy with your work, with your family, and there are times that even that you won't be talking to your friends for months, no. But even after after so many months and you talk again, you'll realize na, oh, it's as if that we've been communicating daily. So I think
Mm,
understanding each other, and really being there when your friend needs you. So I think that's how to make your friendship last. Give and take.
so I really like it's not about the length, and I just realized that it's not about the length, it's about the mark that you leave with each other. I think like the more I keep the further into
Very
this
true.
discussion, the when you're defining friendship, it kind of sounds an awful lot similar to the definition of love in itself, because you know
Yes.
friends are the people you love. So like wanting the best for each other, and just because you stop being quote unquote friends because you lost touch or whatever doesn't mean you no longer love that person. So I don't know, that's for me. Someone wants to follow up on that?
Yeah, I'd like to say something actually.
Go.
I really like what Sir Linus said about it being an investment. Like
Mm.
we just the idea of thinking about what Sir said. Some aren't worth it, and some are bad investments. And I really like, in particular, what Sir said about it not being about length, friendship not being about length. Um, so as for the question itself, how can you make friendships last? I believe that it requires, a lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of care. But I think that something that gets lost in the mix is space. I've seen friends who always talk to each other. They call, they text. I've had friends like that. But now, they rarely talk. And that's because I think, they've smothered their friendship. There's no sense of closeness because, you're talking every day, every hour of every day, and you're updating each other. And, you lose that sense of closeness. Um, I have friends myself, really good friends, who I don't get to talk to very often because they're not active online. Good for them. But I find that when I do get to talk to them, our conversations are a lot more meaningful after, weeks or months of not talking. And, if you do talk to your friends every day, of course, that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But like Sir said, at our age, we have to realize that there will definitely come a time when we won't be able to talk to our friends a lot like we do now. And, that scares a lot of people because they don't want to lose their friends. I mean, no one does. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in my experience, if you and your friend know genuinely that you have treated each other with care and with respect and you value each other, then you will feel secure even if you don't talk to each other for months or weeks on
Mm-hmm.
end. Yeah.
So
Yep.
So
I think to that,
Adam wanna.
yeah, sure. So yeah, like Alan said, you will be able to talk to each other a lot every day, especially for us. We will be going to college next year, and we will be able
Uh,
to.
okay, there we go.
Uh, so like again, we'll go to college next year, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll all be going to different universities, and we won't have the time to check with each other, or because we'll be busy, and yeah, and yeah, in college, of course, we'll make new friends, which I am scared of, and I know Mickey's excited for that.
I don't know. Maybe like it's a big college is big. I don't know how many people I actually be able to talk to, or whether or not I'll just be alone by myself in the library. I'll whip out my phone and hit you up on Messenger if I need someone to talk to.
No, don't be
So
scared. It will come naturally. You'll meet people that would, that shares, as same interests as you, or maybe another person that doesn't have friends at the university that you go to, and you meet each other. So I think, no, don't be afraid to make new friends.
um, and then you
All right.
wanna.
So I actually want to comment on that. I agree with Sir so much. Like at first, when you're in a new environment, uh, you feel like you're alone, right? And of course, you want to make friends. You want to uh, feel like you belong because, of course, we're humans. We're social beings. But I also feel like you shouldn't force it. You know what I mean? Because if you if you try to force an interaction just to have an interaction, I mean, it might not turn out well. So, uh, what I feel like works in these situations is if you want to make friends, it's a new environment, new everything. You of course, you have to realize that a lot of people are there to do that too. Especially like in our example, college. A lot of people want to make friends, and if you get like rejected by a friend, like, oh, he oh, that didn't work out well. Oh, this didn't happen the way I wanted it to. You just have to let that learn from that experience, let it go, and then try again. Because there's so many people in college, especially like losing that person who you talk to in the like ticketing office won't ruin your life. All right, there are like thousands of other people on campus, and maybe you'll only be friends with one or two of them, but as long as those friendships are real friendships that you can actually strive to maintain, that you actually feel like add value to your life, then that's okay. So
Okay,
yeah.
before we continue, I just remembered, and before I forget again, this episode actually was the idea for this episode actually is based on a response from the survey I put up from a while back. So he didn't give a name, but I just wanted to acknowledge that guy. So if he's watching, hi, thanks for the idea, and back to you, Anton.
All right. So uh moving on to the next question, speaking of connecting with other people, you know I want to ask, if we have internet slash online slash social media friends, does that make them our real friends? Like, does this online connection, is it enough to consider them real friends? What do you guys think?
Anyone?
Hmm. Um, what I'm thinking is if you do personally know them and you want the best for them, maybe you feel like you're friends. But again, friendship should be a two-way street, right? So um, I don't think an online connection is enough. But if you find a personal connection online, then that could be the start of something, Because I've heard stories of people who met online, possibly like gaming and stuff, they never met personally. Then they just hang out so much that when one of them, it's a very specific story, one of them unfortunately passed, everyone else like gathered into the same game that they've been playing and just reminisced about the guy while playing. So I think that's beautiful. And so it kind of like challenged my thinking in a way like, so I guess you could really have connections and friends even if you don't see each other personally. I mean, if the people you see personally, you could still the friendship still survives even after long bouts of not seeing each other, especially through online connection. Then why not, right? Like me and Adam, again, we usually stay silent during lunchtime, right? When we were face to face. But now in online, he's always open in the messenger tab of my laptop. So we're talking a lot. And so I suppose, yeah, if you manage to find a connection in Facebook or a lot of other social medias, then I suppose you found a friend. Anyone want to comment?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think that friendships can be formed online, but based on my experience, I feel like there's this barrier that
Hmm.
you won't really be able to cross unless you've met your friend or seen your friend, a few times face to face. Um, One, they may not be there for you when you need it most, unless, of course, you're glued to your computer all the time, which I encourage you not to do.
Metaverse.
Yes, sir.
Metaverse.
And yeah, two, you can't tell if they're being genuine. So
Hmm.
it's so easy to put on faces. The internet is such a good curtain for that sort of thing. And literally just Google how many cases there are of people who fake their profiles or people who try to make friends with you just to take your money. And I know those are very, very extreme examples, but it gets my point across. Yeah. Anyone want to add to that?
Yeah,
Done?
well, Adam got disconnected, so let me just say something. So, yeah, according to Aristotle, still no, there are three levels of friendship: friendship of utility, no, you find it useful. That's why you are friends with one person. friendship of pleasure. You derive pleasure, from the company of each other. And yeah, the last one, the highest form of friendship is friendship of virtue, no? And yeah, I think that's deep, no? Even Jesus, no, parang, diba, before he suffered, he elevated his disciples into friends. Now I no longer call you slaves or servants or disciples, but I now call you friends. Yeah. Because friends, it's like, what we call this, seeing other as equal, no? And I think, friends online, okay, yeah, you can start, you can start friendship with friends you meet online, but the test of friendship is when, the tough gets going, and your friends still, uh, choose to be there. So friendships are forged with trials, no, like love. And in online, sometimes it's hard, to keep that relationship, because of, how we're connected but also disconnected at the same time, no,
Mhm.
online. So there, but I think, for the first level of friendship, you can meet that online, but it needs human interaction, because we're social beings. And yeah, that interaction will build up the friendship, among that group.
I suppose the second level of friendship could be achieved in online games, right? Because you're having fun with each other, so it's like friendship of pleasure. And yeah, the disconnection thing, and the forge through trials. I do not know how many virtual hug gifs I downloaded just to send to Adam through Messenger whenever we both need it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know, there's that. So Anton, you asked the question. Wanna answer it also?
Sure. Well, based on personal experience, like I really believe that internet friends can become real friends. But of course, as Angela said, there's still that cross. I think most commonly, internet friends are first and second degree. They're kind of shallow. They share in your interests most of the time. It's also easier to like get to know them because a lot of people, based on my experience on the internet, uh, they there's no awkward ice breaking part of the friendship, or at least it's shorter. So because they have no time to lose. I mean, like it's the internet. They can be online always, things like that. And as Angela said, also it's easy to put up a face online that's totally different from who you are in reality. So I think that's one thing you have to always be wary of, no matter how much you think you trust them. Of course, until you see them face to face, you don't really know who they are exactly. I mean, in face to face, it's already kind of hard to find out someone's real personality if you just meet them once. So, ano pa kaya online? But, yeah, so I guess it's just the general rules of the internet that apply, the things we learned in MIL. Woo! And ICT. Don't share your personal information, or at least not too much. I mean, like, don't give your best friend your credit card or something. Even if they're your best friend in real life, giving them your credit card is still
Yeah,
dangerous,
your credit numbers there.
So, yeah, but I really feel like real friendships are possible through the internet. I myself have several friends online, like from my different interests, like technology. Sometimes I join a Discord server, and then some people, I connect with some people, or sometimes it's through maybe this fan account of this K-pop idol that I really like. And yeah, uh, but of course, it's not the same as a physical friend.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think once you are ready to break that barrier and, like, I don't know, fly to whatever city they are in, then that is real dedication. That is, I am guessing, that's already a friendship. If you're willing to commit to an airplane ticket and several hours on a plane, I'm pretty sure that connection is already deep. But of course, if you're just texting, that's that's a bit it's a bit hard to achieve that friendship. So yeah.
All right, Adam, how about you?
Okay, you can still hear me, right?
Um,
So my take for this, I think, 'cause I don't have a lot of internet friends, so I'm just gonna take Facebook for example. So I read before that only a short percentage of your Facebook friends are your true friends,
mm,
and I guess that's true. Um, for me, because I'm not really sure. I'm not really online a
uh,
lot in like
you're all choppy.
the shopping. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. I think it's getting fine. I think it's fine.
okay, okay. So as I was saying, so a short percentage of Facebook friends are your true friends, and yes, I kind of agree on that. But for other applications, I'm not really sure because I'm not online a lot. You
Mm,
know, I'm not. And even in games, the servers, the global servers, the chats, I don't. Sometimes they talk to me, and sometimes I just ignore them because I'm not that social person. And yeah, I guess I guess for me it's like 50 that internet
uh,
friends, real
okay.
friends. That's all.
So yeah, actually, same with me. I'm not that online all the time. I mean, I'm very new to social media. Actually, I haven't like joined any joined that much like um groups based on common interests and stuff. So I haven't really had much experience when it comes to I know to on purely online friends. But just because we said that internet friendships can be shallow. If you have internet friends, then by all means please build on that because as Anton said, if you build on that, eventually we could say that the connection is actually very deep. In fact, I think that's a perfect segue to our next question, which is simply how can we ourselves become a true friend? Uh, Maybe we could replace the thing at the bottom. So, like, how can we become a true friend? Any takes, guys.
Hmm.
I
Well,
Yeah.
can.
Quick
Oh,
answer.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry. I'll just comment on that. I feel like being a true friend is um, trusting the other person
Mm,
to do what they think is best for you, and for you to do the same to them.
mm.
That, in my
That
opinion, is a true friend.
yeah, that's pretty much I think the same as mine. Like if love and friendship is being willing to sacrifice because you want the best for the other person, and love and friendship are both also two-way streets, then yeah, I think that's pretty much the same answer. Uh, so yeah, I think also one part of that is instead of being very worried of whether your friends are a true friend to you, maybe be more concerned of being a true friend yourself. That way, you would be able also be able to be better tell whether they're true friends, and maybe if you're a true friend, then it will help the other person become a true friend. Am I making sense? Angelo, you wanna
Mm.
rebut me
Yeah,
on
of
that?
course. No,
Okay,
yeah, I agree with you completely. But like,
okay. Thank you.
um, to answer this question, for myself, I mean, I could go on and on about how to be a true friend. It's a huge discussion. It covers so many different things. And so I think I'm gonna try to give a bit of practical advice that I think, me personally, I think it's a big part, especially now in our generation. Uh we're all online and stuff like that. And that's, don't put on faces. And I know I mentioned this a while ago, but the way you act in front of one friend shouldn't change dramatically when you go in front of another. And just as you pay the utmost respect to one friend, you do the same for another. And if you have two friends who are fighting or who aren't on the best terms, then don't be that guy who agrees with both parties, or feeds their hate just to please them, just to get them to
Mm.
still be friends with you. You know what I mean?
Or just stays on the sidelines and says, "Oh,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
my
exactly.
problem."
Yeah, yeah. It's your job to help mend that, I feel like. And so some other things to mention, of course: share your time generously, educate and correct your friends if they're doing something wrong. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. And Adam, want to answer?
Sure, sure. Okay. So my answer to this is also simple because being a true friend is like I don't know, my mind is blank right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so
Oh,
being a true friend for me is always being there for each other all the time. Even though you don't talk every day, and especially when it comes to college, you won't be there. You won't spend time with each other like every day, and even though like you're arguing, yeah, like Angela said, don't bash them. You have to respect their opinions, their thoughts. But if you don't, that will like ruin the friendship, and you don't want that. And yeah, I guess from all, like what I said again, always be there for each other, until the end, until you die.
as much as you can, you know. Okay, sir. Anything to add?
Well, that's true, no? What Adam said, because real love is laying one's life for your friend. Because
True. True.
according to
True.
Jesus, no? I remember Saint Maximilian Kolbe. That's why he became a martyr, the first martyr of charity, because he, instead of the person he met at prison, no, at the Nazi
Mm-hmm.
station, so
Mm-hmm.
instead of him, being killed, he volunteered himself. And so, yeah, that's really the highest form of friendship. Now, if you can sacrifice, no, according to Kakashi, no, in Naruto, no, those who abandon their friends are worse than trash. So,
That is a very blunt quote right there. All right. So before we move on to our 2 cents, I just want to put out a disclaimer out there. While we are trying to define a true friend as much as possible, don't make sure you develop your own friendships with your own friends, because don't just think that, oh, they said this, you're only online, you're not a true friend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Find your figure out your own friendships, work on your own friendships. That's how you become a true friend. Okay. So don't take what we say as like gospel, like it's a guide so that you could better your friendship.
yes.
Okay. Thank you. So with that, I think we have something fun in store, so let's give our 2 cents. All right, and so for our 2 cents, I brought man's best friend that my brother just handed over to me. So she's just gonna stay here with me for a while. All right, so I think we had our backstage team had something in store for us. So um,
Let's
go.
go.
So we will have a short game. Is that right?
Is that right,
Hmm.
guys? And oh,
Well, do you know
something's
your friend?
happening.
Hello
Okay.
there. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. We have
We
I
can
a
I'll
voice,
hear.
be the
Alfie.
host for today. I will not be turning on my cam though. So
That's
let me
okay.
just be the voice in your ear. So, we prepared a 5 question quiz that you don't need to answer everything. So, the whole quiz is about how well do you know your friend after all the times you've been together for so many years. Next slide, please.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Now, there are five, like I said, there are five questions. Pick a number, and soon you'll be able to find out what the question is.
Okay.
I
So,
feel
Before
nervous.
before we
Rizy,
I
start,
which number?
Adam, first of all, please, if I get anything wrong, I still love you, man. And everyone in the comments, if you're watching this with your best friend or I don't know, play along if you want.
Oh
Comment
yeah,
down
one
your own
more thing.
answers.
Sorry, one
let's
more thing.
go.
If you're uncomfortable with answering the question, that is fine. We can always skip. That's why we made multiple questions.
Oh no. Why does that sound scary?
Oh boy.
All right,
I'm
now
gonna,
let's pick. What number do you want?
I could start. Give me
Let's.
number 5.
All right.
All right,
Let's.
number five. What is the one good
Oh.
thing you wanted to say to your best friend, but you kept it for a while? A pretty wholesome one, and the only wholesome one, honestly.
Oh no.
Only oh boy. I'd say it, but then maybe it would be feeding into some secrets. I don't know. Let me think of this for a second. And again, anyone in the comments want to answer? And Anton, while I'm thinking, if you could think of an answer right now.
Wow, this
And,
is making me think. Ah,
yep.
it's one
Oh
good
boy, this
thing
is
you.
not what I expected from this. Well, one good thing. I believe that Adam really has the capability to become a hero for a lot of people. He has I think I actually got a bit of this idea from him, but I kind of think of him as um a silent voice but a loud thinker who he's a shy guy, right? But he really wants everyone to stop misunderstanding that if you're shy, you're not social. If you're shy, you have a hard time having friends. No, they have, or that you don't have that many ideas. He really has a lot of ideas that he wants to bring out there into the world, especially concerning fellow introverts. So I really think he could, even though he is also a very introvert, he's going to have like they call this. He has the capability to be a great voice for fellow introverts, So I think that's one good thing I will tell. He could be a hero, you know that?
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I guess that's
Also,
what I could say. Um, how about you?
uh, I no idea.
Now there's
This
pressure
question
to
is tricky.
match what Wiggy said. Okay. Anyone want to go?
You want? Angelo, Adam,
Uh,
Anton, or
I
move
think
on to the next question?
I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass.
Okay, fine. Uh, let's see. Well,
Okay.
I won't just say this to Angela, but everyone who is part of the grade 12 class.
Okay.
Um,
I'm part of the grade 12 class,
yeah,
so.
because I want to say thank you guys for being a part of my life. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
being with you guys has changed a lot of the things that I do, has improved me, made me improve as a person, made me think about a lot of things, and most especially uh, made me feel that I I belong to something special. Thank you guys.
Oh, oh, okay. While I let that sink in, maybe Anton could choose the next question.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick number one because I've been eyeing that card. Oh no!
We told you.
Just number 5, because that's not really number.
Oh no!
Most
Okay.
embarrassing moment you had with your friend. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, off the top of my head, you know how I said that we don't, when we were face to face, we don't talk.
Yeah.
Like, we're always quiet and stuff. And so, I think it was not exactly embarrassing, but a little awkward when you came here. And I was like, wait, now what? We
What are
were
you
just
gonna
sitting
do?
on the sofa, um, like we were sitting on the sofa, not really saying much. Like, do we talk now? And then like my mom is in her room. My sisters are locking themselves in their room. Although they're like, I feel like, now what? The house became quiet all of a sudden. So I don't think it's very embarrassing, but it's definitely a little awkward there. Um, how about you, Anton?
I feel like there are
Oh,
a
no
lot.
comment.
None of them are coming to my head right now.
I can
Uh,
go. I
I
can go.
Oh,
okay,
oh,
sure,
oh,
sure, sure. Let's go.
Well, this isn't actually like how I based on how I understood this question. You can take it as a collectively embarrassing moment, like an embarrassing moment for the both of us, or a moment where I was embarrassed and he wasn't. Okay, so basically, this isn't really something that he was embarrassed about. That's something that I was very embarrassed about. So when I was in, like, I'm not sure, grade five, grade four, grade six, I don't know, grade school. Um, I mean, if you were with Anton in a group work, then you cannot slack off because he's Anton. He will kill you in peer evaluation, like, for sure. So anyway, um, the group work was a skit, and basically, Anton made a script and everything. We had props, we had really nice costumes. We went to the AVR to perform for the entire class, and
Anton
I
performing in
made
front, of course, it's gonna
yeah,
be
I
all the
made the I
words.
made the really stupid mistake of making a joke out of it. And then Sir gave us a deduction, and I remember wanting to cry because Anton looked at me with such an angry face. So yeah, that was an embarrassing
Wh-
moment.
Wait, is
When
this the
was
one with the pizza and the
Yes, it's the one with the
Chinese
pizza.
man?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the pizza.
oh
Exactly.
that one?
Okay, I just realized the pizza and the Chinese man sounds like the start of a joke.
Oh my
Go to your
gosh.
history classes, maybe you'll figure it out. Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh. I
Yeah,
I
unless
that's
Adam
funny.
completely forgot about
unless
that.
Adam has an embarrassing moment to share, maybe we could move on to the next question.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't have. I can't really think of any embarrassing moments because when we were face to face, it was just silence. It was just quiet. Like
Yeah,
compared to in Messenger, we talk a lot, but face to face, we can't even say one single word. Just
I
nothing.
guess face to face. I guess when we go messenger calling, and no one in my house realizes I'm in a call.
Yeah, for
So
three
I'm like,
hours.
for 3 hours, the call is just there. My camera's on, my mic is on, but we're not saying anything. We're doing our own business, and we're just letting you into it, letting you take part of whatever it is we're doing at the moment. So I don't know. Okay, next question. Maybe Angelo can choose this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Okay, I will go with my lucky number, which is two.
Two.
Oh my goodness.
What is your friend's guilty pleasure?
Do you know each other's
Oh,
pleasure? You have to what do you call this?
Oh,
That's hard.
I can say something.
Yeah, I think Anton can answer that. I don't think I can answer that.
You have
Okay,
to
what
guess.
is your
You have to
friend's
guess.
guilty pleasure? Angelo loves snacking on chips.
Oh my. Yep, that's accurate.
And
I have
he likes
like
eating on his study table for some reason.
I have like two empty Pringles cans right here. Not gonna lie.
Hey, oh,
hmm.
I,
points kay Anton.
I think I can go
Guilty.
next. Can I go next?
Oh,
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
okay.
So
Now I feel scared.
I'll go next. So I'm sorry, Miggy. I had to expose you.
What is
I
Miggy's
don't
But
know what my guilty
pleasure?
pleasure is.
I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna say the one of the things that you love doing, but I find it really really weird. Okay,
Oh, great.
so you eat cereal
Oh, this of
with
course,
what
of course.
with water, not
If we
milk.
okay, clarification. If we have no milk, but I don't want my cereals dry, I'll just sprinkle some sugar and add some water in there,
Oh
just so
my
that it has
goodness.
the texture.
I
Miggy,
can't
how could you?
Wow.
I remember in our carpool, one of my carpool mates jokingly said, "I eat cereal with water," and I thought he was being serious. And I was like, "You too?" And there was awkward silence after that. And yeah, thanks. I thought you were gonna mention like Disney Channel movies, but thank you. Um, I don't know if I could call it a guilty pleasure to say that in between, like in GIS, if we don't really have anything to do, you will sleep for a long time. But I wouldn't exactly call it a
Oh,
guilty
now
pleasure
I
since
know
I
what
don't think you're.
Stop it.
No, so sorry. If there's nothing to do, because we're
Adam
both tired.
Sir, pag
GIS.
wala lang homework, if there's
Yeah,
no
he's a
homework
very
happening,
responsible person. He's my secretary. He tells me, "Hey, have you submitted that thing already?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" But other than that, if there's no homework to remind me of, then he could sleep. Okay.
sir, sir,
Whoops.
he's
How
lagging.
about Angelo? Do you know Anton's guilty pleasure?
Um, yeah.
Sure, I know Anton's pleasures. I don't know if he's guilty about them. I know he loves to oversleep. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Who doesn't?
Who
yeah, who
does?
doesn't?
Yeah. Okay, so that was fun.
That was
Thank
fun.
yeah, thank
Okay,
you for
we're about to end.
your friends.
Thank you guys for being
Thank you
here.
for
Love
the
you guys.
questions,
Thank you,
Alfie, Renzo, and
Renzo.
Ryan.
And
Thank you,
also we
Yeah.
have an
backstage crew.
intern. Yes, Ryan. We have an
Yes.
intern in the background. So thank you, Ryan, for joining us.
Yes. And for everyone watching, please join me in thanking my buddies over here for joining us. Love you both. Thank you. And
Oh,
I guess you could leave once we open the WoW transition.
thank you, Adam and Angelo.
Um, WoW transition. Ah. No, 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 no. The
Joke
WoW transition.
lang! Joke.
I panicked.
Guys, did you actually think we were gonna end the episode like that? Come on! Of course, we always have to get the
Uh,
wow.
okay, so I don't have a tea. I have a half mug of water. Go ahead, Anton. Take it away.
Okay, so I have two wows. One is like an actual wow, and one is like a semi funny wow. So well, the first wow is actually from Winnie the Pooh. Like he said that a friend is someone who helps you up when you're down, and if they can't, they lay down beside you and listen.
Oh,
Oh,
I find that very uh amazing.
yeah.
And the second one is
Ikasadan to.
before
the
we get to
second
that,
one
can
Let's
we
is
send
comment
you the
on
um,
this
high
one?
note. Let's send you the high note. Come on.
named Ryan K. Milholland. He said that friendship is being there when someone's feeling low and not being afraid to kick them.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you know that when you kick them, it'll make them laugh again.
hmm.
It's an interesting perspective on
That's
friendship.
I guess depends on like how well you know your
Yeah, of
friends
course.
like
Take that with a
sensitivity
grain of
level.
salt. Of
Like
course.
if your boy's in a really bad place, don't kick them because I don't know, unless you know that that's how they. But then that lie down, um I feel like that will be like relieving some weight off your shoulders as a friend for many people. Like you don't have to always be the strong one, you know. You could be both, just be with for there for each other. None, even if none of you are particularly strong,
Yeah.
just be
I
there
think a lot of
for each other, and you will
friends
be
just
stronger together.
like they just need someone to talk to. Like a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the time, like when someone goes
Mm-hmm.
to you with their problem, they just
Mm-hmm.
need
Yeah.
someone to
Sometimes you don't
tell
have
it
to.
to.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to say something. No, just be there to
Mm-hmm.
listen. Just be
Yeah,
there to
like
listen, right?
because you feel like, wow, someone's actually listening to my problems.
Yeah.
So I think that in itself is already very comforting to someone.
All right. I like that.
Okay,
I
so
think it's a great way
yeah.
to end
So
this.
I
So,
have one last. I have one last. Wow.
okay,
So
okay.
let me end the episode with this quote. So there are friends, there is family, and then there are friends that become your family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you
Amen.
everyone for
Amen.
joining us. You
Yes.
know, in
So,
this
yes,
episode.
yes, this is where we part. So, Virtus Sinver
Like
natin, there is.
actually, this is where we actually part this time. Like,
Okay.
there's
Yeah.
no more extra surprise.
Virtus, there is strength and virtue. This has been the FortiKast online show. See you guys next week. Let's see what more fun we'll have. So, God bless and stay safe till we see you. Tuna Fabet Fortibus. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woo.
Have a great
Bye,
weekend.
guys. Have a good
Ah,
weekend. Sleep
gotta,
well.
gotta
Drink
change my dog
water.
fur on my shirt.
Rest well, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.